You've heard about the Samyama schedule, 2 meals a day and no snacking in between. And if you are like most people, the fear is starting to kick in. Your first thought is, I have to start this right now. I'll just skip lunch and stop snacking. I'll push through it. Please hear this clearly. This is the single biggest mistake you can make. Trying to force your body into a 2 meal a day pattern is like trying to run a marathon tomorrow when you have never run a mile before. You will not arrive at the program feeling light and energetic. You will arrive feeling starved, stressed, and weak. This preparation time is not a test of your willpower. It is your training time. And the real first step in that training has nothing to do with skipping meals. In the first video of this Samyama diet series, we talked about building body intelligence. Now we put it into practice. Let's first understand why this rhythm exists. During Samyama, the entire schedule flows with the energy of the day. There are no clocks, and meal times aren't fixed. You will typically be served 2 meals, a late breakfast and an evening meal. You'll be eating with your hands. The whole environment is designed to disconnect you from the clock on the wall and connect you to your natural inner rhythm. Your body is perfectly capable of thriving on this schedule, but it needs to be guided there, not forced into it. So, what is the first real step then? It is 3 clean meals a day. And the most powerful part of this step, that you're not having any snacks in between. This practice alone is a huge step. It ends the habit of constant grazing. It breaks that restless, familiar pull into browsing the snack drawer or scrolling through a delivery app when we are not really hungry. It teaches your body to be satisfied and to trust that it will receive enough nourishment from the meals that it gets. Now, a warning, when you first switch to these new pranic foods, you might actually feel hungrier. And this is completely normal. Your body is adjusting and learning to draw nourishments from these foods. Listening to that, feed yourself well. Do not starve yourself. Don't try to fit into a box that you have created, that this is how much you should eat, you should only have these things. Really spend a week or 2 doing this and break the habit of snacking in between. Then we can look at how do you actually build a bridge from 3 meals to 2. How do you do it gently without the stress so that you arrive at Samyama feeling strong, comfortable, and truly ready. This is where we move from a fixed rule to a rhythm. In our book, The Sadhana Plate, we created a sample 4-week map. It's a bridge to 2 meals a day. This is a guide. The only rule though is to listen to your body. Week 1 is foundational stability. The goal is simple: eliminate snacking. Focus on eating 3 Satvik meals a day. This teaches your body to trust yourself, to trust your choices. Week 2 is lightening the evening. You continue with 3 consistent meals, but now you make your evening meal the lightest of the day. This actually aligns with our digestive fire, or Agni, which is naturally weaker at night. And this also helps your body rest more deeply because it is not busy digesting food during sleep. Then week 3 is introducing a liquid meal. Now you can begin to experiment. You replace one of your solid meals. For most people, lunch or dinner works best with a liquid one. This could be a simple juice, a light warm soup or a smoothie. This is the bridge. And then week 4 is practicing the rhythm. In this final week, you can practice the 2 solid meal schedule. Maybe for 3 to 4 days of the week, you will have a late breakfast around 10 a.m. and an early dinner around 7 p.m., just like the typical ashram schedule. Now, I understand that if this doesn't fit into your schedule, you have to work around it. And there are many ways to do that. If, for example, you have to go to the office early in the morning and you know that you won't get a break until, let's say, noon, then in the morning, you could have, for example, one of our recipes is a almond smoothie, which is warm because that is more soothing for the digestive fire. If you eat cold in the morning, then the fire has to work more. But if you give it something that is warm or lukewarm even, then you make the whole digestive process much easier. So there could be something like this that you would eat in the morning, let's say at 8, and then so that you have enough energy to be at work until noon. Then you have your main meal, and then when you come back home, you could have a dinner. And there's another thing, because you have to work around your sadhana, right? Like managing 3 meals while doing 4 to 6 hours of yoga and meditation every day is quite challenging, actually. And the later you eat in the day, the later you have to do your sadhana, and the later you will have dinner, and the later you will fall asleep, and the worse your sleep will be. That is the truth. So even at the ashram, when we have dinner at 7, we have at least 2.5 to 3 hours of gap between dinner and sleep. And if you make it less than that, it will be difficult for you to fall asleep and to have deep sleep, to go into REM. So these are just some of the tips that I feel are very helpful for one who is looking at moving from 3 meals a day to 2 meals a day. Do your best not to be hard on yourself. If you see other people around you, they are doing 2 meals a day and you're struggling with it. But there could be also many other reasons, such as you have more physical activity, or maybe your job requires a lot of time of you being really focused, and your brain is actually consuming a lot of nutrients, a lot of minerals. And other people might do work that is more manual, work that is more mechanic, and they might not have to put so much brain into it. So again, I just want you to remove the judgment and focus on 3 meals and shifting into 2 meals, because by the end of this preparation, you should feel comfortable eating 2 times a day. And I did mention in the beginning that usually there are 2 meals, but it could be that you get a juice, or you could get some warm liquid, or you could get something in the daytime. It depends on a lot of different factors. Even the schedule, like I said, it's not always that you get sharp 10 a.m. you get your brunch. It could be later. And this preparation is also going to help you to understand the difference between hunger and urge, hunger and compulsion, or hunger and appetite. These are different things. And so it's something that I talked about in the first video. If you haven't watched that, make sure you go back to that first video. Now, I did mention one of our recipes, but what are the soups? What are the juices that make a perfect liquid meal in week 3? That is exactly why we wrote the Sadhana plate. The book explains the why, but more importantly, it shows the how. It is packed with simple, nourishing recipes you need for every single step of this 4-week bridge. Click the link in the description to get the Sadhana plate and get the complete map and all the recipes to arrive at Samyama feeling strong, light, and truly prepared There's so much more inside the book beyond just recipes, but it's a good starting point. Also, to have the meal plan, which we give a sample meal plan, we give a journal to start to journal about your state of being, your energies, your mood, your sleep, all of these things, to start to make note of them, to be mindful about them, and to see which meal has what kind of impact on you. My wife and me have written this for you, and we truly hope that this is going to help you make the Samyama preparation smoother and easier. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're struggling with, or if you're excited. Whatever it is, I'm always looking forward to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video.